Hi everyone! Today is a blast! I managed to ramp up a deposit from just $1 to a whopping $11,000. How? I'll spill all the beans in the video. We'll dissect not just the signals, like I usually do, but also the typical new buy mistakes in trading. Stick around till the end for a bonus. I'll show you how I cash out the earnings to my personal wallet. Let's not dilly-dally anymore. Let's dive in. Let's kick off the trading, and our first deal today is betting on a drop. To get why, let's zoom into the chart. We see that the euro-dollar currency pair has been climbing for a while. As a result, the chart reached crucial resistance level. To spot this, zooming in was key. Basically, we see the upward trend gaining momentum. The blue line of the ADX indicator is about the 25 mark. But I'd point out that the green and red ADX lines are starting to turn as they approach the resistance level. And the MACD histogram is also showing red bars, so I'm concluding there'll be a reversal, or more precisely a bounce. Meaning we're expecting a price correction at this level. Afterwards, it's likely the price will continue rising, possibly breaking through this level. And there we have it, our first profit, $1.87 in the balance. Let's keep an eye on how things unfold in this pair. Friends, in this video, I'm talking about the mistakes beginners make in trading. This analysis is crucial to achieve success and earn income, but this is just one piece of the puzzle. The second part is learning to make the right moves so your trading balance starts growing. How to do it? Follow my Telegram channel there. I explain in detail how to trade and conduct trading marathons to boost your deposit. Yes, yours. In the private club, I share signals following which will increase your profits. We are revving up from $150 to $10,000 in a week. Trading every day from Monday to Friday, conveniently after 6 p.m. On Telegram, you'll find the reviews from other marathon participants and my personal contact details. Write to me, let's chat personally, and I'll help you make your first serious money in trading. Trading with my signals, you gain experience and you learn and new knowledge. You learn while earning with me. Find the link to my Telegram channel in the video description. See you there, friends! Now let's continue analyzing mistakes. Friends, almost all trading mistakes are due to hasty decisions, especially common in the minute time frame. The candles change too quickly and there is a rush to press the button to jump into a deal. For instance, in the previous situation, a wrong decision could have been made if I hadn't looked at the chart in a larger scale and found the resistance level. Yes, it's a rookie mistake, but still a huge number of beginners make it when they first open the trading room and get acquainted with trading. Let's get back to trading and open another deal on the decline. Let's see what's happening with the asset's value now. In my view, it's clear that there is a price drop. Looking at the signals, first, with the MACD indicator, we see the lines have almost crossed from top to bottom. The ADX signals haven't changed. We discussed them earlier. I see the target now on the middle line on the Keltner channel, which acts as a support line in this case. Next, there is likely to be a bounce support from it, but we'll deal with that later. Friends, another grave error. Entering a trade without understanding the final goal. When you trade blindly and don't know where the movement will end, you can't properly calculate the expiration time. But we're spot all with our calculations right now as precise as pharmacy. So we close the deal in the green. We reinvest $3.50 and continue with this pair. Friends, you need to determine the final goal also to understand whether the chart has the potential for the movement you're planning. For example, you might correctly identify the entry point, but if the nearest target is so close that the chart reaches and bounces from it, within a minute you end up seeing several fluctuations during the expiration time and miss out on the action. Back to the chart. Now I'm opening a deal on the decline. Generally, I don't see any reason yet for a change in market sentiment, so I caught the moment on a small price pullback. Such situations occur and they can be leveraged if you understand where the chart's target is. I opened the deal from the upper boundary of the Keltner channel, but I still see the final target on the middle line of the channel. Notice, after prolonged rise and a bounce from the resistance level, the strength of the trend begins to decrease. Whether this will turn into a full market reversal is a big question, but for some time the price will fluctuate within a range. For now, I see the range boundaries approximately between these resistance and support levels, but we'll keep an eye on further developments. It's hard to predict how quickly these boundaries will be breached. I'm not an oracle and I don't guarantee it will happen this way, but I'm hypothesizing about the future market situation. For now, let's close the deal. $6.50 in the balance, and let's keep watching this pair a bit more. We're now seeing a trade towards a market reversal. Let's see if this will be a full downward reversal or just a correction for now. At least one support level has already been passed by the chart. Let's mark it. The level is right here. This level is passed, as is the lower boundary of the Keltner channel, and it's important to understand where the chart might move next. For this, let's mark the next support level to see targets for analyzing the situation. Approximately here's the second resistance threshold. The targets are more or less clear. Let's continue our observation. Great! The price has just pulled back a bit and I'm trading on the decline again on this movement. We see that the downward trend continues according to the indicator signals. Therefore, after waiting for the correction, I opened the deal down, expecting the price to drop further to this resistance level. Friends, I want to talk about another mistake. When you think you've missed the moment and want to catch up with the market, opening a deal at an unaffordable time. For example, I wasn't sure that the chart would drop so quickly to the second support level, although in hindsight, it's obvious that you could trade down right after the first level. In reality, however, the level breach could have been false and the price would then have gone up, but I waited for the right pullback and got the opportunity to earn on this movement. We have a profit and $12 in the balance. What happens next is unclear to me, so let's look for a new trading opportunity. The trading pair Canadian dollar-yen. He will trade on an increase. This is a common pattern of sideways movement in a price corridor. Attention to the chart. We have a support level from which I opened the deal upwards and the resistance level. The price chart moves within such a range from level to level, up and down. Sometimes the chart goes slightly above or below the corridor boundaries, but this happens with low volatility, meaning no signs of breakthrough. And if we look at the pattern formed by the ADX, we'll see that its lines are also trapped within a corridor. The blue ADX line, which indicates the strength of the trend, is at a low level, confirming the low probability of breaking out of the sideways movement. In such a situation, a common mistake is entering a trade in the middle of the corridor. This happens when there is no complete understanding of the market situation. When you clearly identify such sideways movements, trading within them can yield good results, as we have now $22 in the balance. But the golden rule is trade only from the boundaries. In the middle of the corridor, movement is chaotic and unpredictable. Let's watch this pair. We might be able to squeeze more profit out of this situation. Let's trade on the decline this time. Attention to the chart. I'll explain what changes and why I made this decision. According to the ADX, we see that a downward trend, currently dominated by sellers, is gaining strength. We've already dropped below the support level of our previously drawn corridor. After the price fell below this mark, there was a correction and the chart pressed against the level again. My expectation is that the correction will end and the level and continue to decline. The ADX indicator confirms my hypothesis. Essentially, the sideways phase has ended, and there are premises for its breakthrough. But according to the MACD, one might incorrectly conclude a rise. I repeat the same thing every time. Analyze the chart, not the indicators. We only find confirmation of our hypothesis in them. If in doubt, don't open a trade. Great! We have $41 in the balance. Let's move on to other currency pairs. Opened an option predicting a decrease in quotation prices. Let's analyze the situation. We see that the chart has been confidently falling. This downward movement ended at the support level, which is right here. This decrease is reflected in the ADX indicator. We can trace it through the red line, but the trend is weak. The blue line indicating strength rather than direction is below the 25 mark on the indicator. Therefore, the level wasn't breached, and the chart bounced back like a spring to the middle line of the Keltner channel, and I expect that after this correction the price will drop from this resistance line. And in such a triangle the price will fluctuate, and closer to the corner of this pattern the level will be breached downwards. Let's observe. The trade's end is very near. Wonderful! We are now at $76 in the balance. Again, if we only looked at indicators, we should have traded upwards. But even if you strictly follow indicator signals, you must understand their function. Almost all of them serve to identify a strong trend, and if volatility is absent, there can be no talk of a trend. If you don't consider this, you're likely to lose money. But let's return to trading. I'm opening another trade downwards, and to my previous analysis, I'll add another possible scenario. It's quite possible that there won't be any breakthrough soon. We need to keep an eye on the chart and constantly analyze. We have a corridor again, as the ADX lines intertwine like a rope and the MACD columns are barely noticeable. But open the trade from the upper boundary of this corridor, which, as I explained earlier, is the correct strategy in a sideways market. So, whichever of the two scenarios happens next, the price will in any case go down and the trade will bring me profit. Friends, try to make several different forecasts in each trade. When you have multiple scenarios, it's easier to estimate the probability of events. Trading is about calculating probabilities, not making 100% guaranteed forecasts. Let's continue observing. We might be able to close a few more trades. Opened another trade on the decline, friends. Essentially, the analysis and reasons for this action I've already explained. Nothing has fundamentally changed in the market, except for one thing. There was a correction, at the peak of which I opened the trade. I am waiting for a downward movement. Even about the middle line of the counter channel, this candle went back to the upper boundary of the corridor. The MACD indicates growth, but again, with low volatility. So if you trade solely based on indicators without a full analysis, at least build a system from several of them and wait for signals to align from all. Such a strategy is permissible and profitable, but only if you strictly follow it, strictly according to the signals. The grossest mistake is to deviate from it if you don't understand what you're doing or don't feel the market. However, often beginners make a bunch of unrelated actions, lose money and blame everyone but themselves. Friends, there is profit. But as a sideways scenario is developing, I suggest moving to another pair to look for new opportunities. A good opportunity to trade on the decline, which I'll do. Let's look at what happened with the chart of this asset. We see there was a price increase according to the ADX line, and actually, the chart showed the same movement. In this place, the chart reached an obvious resistance level, after which the trend begins to wane, so we confidently open a trade on the decline from the resistance level. What mistake could be made here? We see the price consolidation near the level for a long time, with very short candles. In such a case, catch the moment to open right on the level line. Enter slightly below and the price retraces to the level and the trade is in the red. Another problem is solved by increasing the expiration time. You can extend it more and increase the probability of success. In previous videos, I talked a lot about expiration time. If you haven't seen them, check them out. It will be useful and certainly not superfluous. Nor will $453 in my balance the superfluous. Let's increase the investment size and look for a new opportunity. Back to the Euro-British pound currency pair. Opened a trade here on the decline. Let's look at the chart. It seems to me now all the signals are obvious. There is a signal for a decrease on the MACD. The green line crossed the red from above downwards. The red ADX line also crossed the green and went higher. And the lower boundary of the Keltner channel is breached. The next support level is placed quite far away. Let's draw it. The chart has a lot of space to maneuver, plenty of room for movement. Signals align and read unequivocally, so I trade on the decline and wait for the price near the level. It seems, where could one go wrong here? But it happens even to followers of indicator trading. If you hesitate too long in your decision and miss the moment, this is only cured by practice, which brings confidence. Great friends, $821 in the balance. I suggest reinvesting this amount in new trades and let's keep an eye on this pair. A good pullback and a good opportunity to open another trade on the decline during the correction. Action on the same signals and with the same goals. Let's observe and continue the conversation. I talked earlier about uncertainty. It's eradicated by practice, but there are also psychological tricks to speed up the process. For instance, identify your strengths and weaknesses. Understand how you react to various situations in trading. And first and foremost, improve your strong qualities. Getting rid of weaknesses is harder and not always achievable. For example, if you find trend trading suits you better, focus on that. Don't try to jump into every trade. Instead, maximize profitability trading on one type of signal, then gradually try new ones. 4 seconds left. Let's wait for the option to close. There is the result. And with $1,478, I suggest looking for a new entry point for a trade. Friends, let's open a trade on the decline. Now there is a clear picture emerging. Attention to the chart. What's the difficulty here? It seems obvious that the chart reached a resistance level, which is right here. The chart doesn't go further, but it was crucial to wait for the right moment to open and understand at which mark the real level is. Rashness could have been fatal. The blue ADX line shows not enough strength to break the level right now. The lack of volatility is also evident from the MACD columns. Another point is that the resistance level could theoretically have been higher. A level is, after all, a zone, even though I draw it as a straight line. Had we rushed to open the trade and the price had gone higher, the trade would have been in loss within 1 minute. But we waited until the charter tested this mark, the momentum faded, and then opened the trade on the decline. And we have an excellent result instead of a loss. Such mistakes are also common. Therefore, friends, don't rush, take time to analyze. It's better to miss an opportunity than to lose your deposit. Let's move on to other currency pairs. Here is a similar situation, friends. I'm waiting as it's unclear where the resistance level will be. The chart might still grow, and it does. And now is the right time to enter the trade. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. Let's analyze the situation. We waited for the rise to the needed point where the resistance level is. Yes, now we see the chart even momentarily breached the level, and we also see the trend gaining strength on the ADX line. But I still expect a rise through a correction as the volatility is still low and buyers have spent a lot of energy reaching the resistance level. Had we rushed to open the trade when the chart seemed to stall at one point, we would have predicted the correction correctly, but wouldn't have had enough expiration time. It's the most frustrating to think correctly but lose money. Such cases create fear of opening trades and self-doubt. We are still walking confidently. $3,200 in the balance, friends. Let's look for where else we can increase this amount. What to do here? Correct. Determine where the growth will end. For this, let's scroll the chart and find a possible resistance level. Now, in my opinion, is a good entry point. If it's still unclear, pay attention to the chart, friends. The indicators give clear signals of growth, all understandable and evident. The red line crossing on all indicators and the trend strength is on a good mark. The main question was where this tall candle's growth will end. Strong movements usually play out on a correction, usually a quarter, but sometimes even half the candle. It was only important to find the resistance level and trade from it. It would have been a mistake to enter trade on the rise, not realizing that the growth is already slowing down significantly. Often, beginners in trading switch quickly between charts, and seeing such candles don't even spend a few seconds to do basic analysis. And if you don't hurry, you get a profit on the balance. We already have $4,000. Let's look for a new opportunity. Opening an option on the rise of the exchange trade currency pair Canadian dollar Japanese yen. If I'm not mistaken, we've seen something similar. Let's look at the situation on the chart in detail, friends. The price rose to the resistance level right here. Then a correction followed, which ended at the middle line of the Keltner channel. An important point, the correction is happening on an upward trend, so I expect a bounce upward from the middle line of the channel, and then probably further decline. Because there is a signal from the MACD's green line crosses the red from above downwards, but expect the decline for the correction, and the Keltner channel lines are strong support levels. Not accounting for the fact that the chart moves in steps, there's also a risk of losing trades by miscalculating the expiration. We have an excellent profit, $820. Let's move on. Alright. It's crucial to enter this trade correctly. Now is the perfect time to open a trade on the decline. Friends, let me explain the rationale. All attention is on the chart. Let's draw again. We have a level of resistance, which I think is obvious. The chart had a growth phase, reached the level, and then the price entered a consolidation phase. This means we're entering a sideways movement or flat. Call it what you like. Simply put, the price is stuck in a corridor between two boundaries, and the Keltner channel lines essentially outline these limits. We see that the trend strength has dropped on the ADX and all lines are intertwined. MACD columns are minimal without a full crossover. This is a clear lull on all fronts. There is no growth in sight, therefore it's important to correctly interpret all signals, making it safe to confidently open a trade downwards from the resistance level. Had we rushed and opened the trade at the point, we might have again faced insufficient expiration time and a loss as a result of the mistake. While I was explaining the trade already closed, we have a result. $5,700 in the balance. That's great. Let's move on, friends. Let's open a trade on the decline. Now is the right time, in my opinion. This is another story of how you can lose money if you hurry and don't analyze. We opened at the lower boundary of the Keltner channel, which had been breached by a candle earlier. But why didn't I open immediately? Let's figure out. The ADX trend strength line is growing and the red seller's strength line is also up. There was a weak volatility on the columns, but there was still a crossover on the MACD. There also double top. This pattern is a clear signal for a market reversal, meaning many signals point to a decline. But obviously all this is against a backdrop of very low market activity. It's as if the market is in slow motion. That's why I entered on the correction. And it paid off. Had I rushed in where the candle's shadow ends, our money would have been gone, friends. Now, what next? While there is a clear downward trend, we won't rush. We already learned why. Let's rather watch the chart. Now, I think it's time to trade on the decline again. Let's understand why I made this decision. The chart has a support level, which is here. There is a historically strong support level slightly lower, and there are no significant barriers until it. So I expect the price to eventually drop to it. Let's watch, friends. Impatience is essentially one big mistake all beginners make. They're too eager to enter the market quickly. Thus, they start seeing signals where they are unknown, turning trading gradually into gambling. You must be able to clearly determine when to trade and when it's better to wait for better times. Remember, you are like a shark that patiently waits for its prey. We got our prey. $910 added to our balance thanks to patience alone. That's why in my videos I often talk about the psychology of a trader. In my view, it's more important than any strategy or indicator settings. Opening another option on the decline. I think we'll catch another move on this correction. Guided by the same analysis, I expect the price to continue falling. Friends, while we wait, I want to talk about another trading rule. You can't hope and pray for a favorable outcome here in the market. It's utterly pointless to believe in luck or hope for the best. Different laws operate here. You earn only when someone else loses their money. That's the principle on which the stock market operates. So it's completely pointless to hope that your prayers will be heard. Your goal is to follow the principles of your trading strategy. In addition, the play in front on the monitor screen looks quite strange. Your success depends solely on you and your actions. We're almost at $1,050 in the balance. The result is astounding, but it's crucial to stay calm and follow the rules. So let's wait a bit and watch the quotes. I opened a small trade on the decline at the peak of the correction candle. This time, not from the middle line of the Keltner channel, but slightly below it. However, it's important to look at the chart, not just the indicators. The chart has returned to a level it struggled with before. Now this is a resistance level. Ideally, it would align with the Keltner channel line, but with such strong correction, I expect a bounce from this level. Friends, I am actually breaking an important trading rule right now. It's crucial to take breaks after a series of successful trades to avoid getting caught up in the excitement. But I want to push my balance to a record $10,000 for me. Generally, I advise beginners to take a break after 3 consecutive profitable trades. If you're more experienced, then after 5 to 7. Another profit! This is amazing, friends! But I think it's time to stop here. The market activity is too low. So I'll look for a new opportunity. I'll open a trade on the decline for the Swiss franc-yen pair. Here's an interesting situation to analyze whether there will be a level breach. Look at the chart. It has grown to a resistance level at this point. There was a growth phase, and the same movement is reflected by the green ADX line. Currently, the green ADX line, which indicates the strength of buyers, is turning around. The red sellers line is growing. There is a signal from the MACD about a potential crossover from top to bottom and a market reversal. There was a similar situation at this point earlier. Sorry, I drew that wrong. Let's correct it. So there was a correction to the upper boundary of the Keltner channel here, when the MACD lines were similarly convergent. Therefore, I expect a price decrease toward the upper boundary of the channel now. And there it is. Excellent result, friends. Another $880 on the balance. And now I have 10,000 in total. But look, friends, there's divergence, so I'll immediately open another trade on the decline. The price rose, but the indicators continue to decline. This is always a good opportunity to enter a trade. Let's wait for the result and summarize. Today, we analyzed many mistakes that lead to the loss of a deposit. I talked a lot about technical errors, miscalculations in market analysis, or incorrect interpretation of indicator signals. Analyzing such situations is essential for progress, but these errors are just the tip of the iceberg. You can see them. The invisible rules of trading, especially the psychology, are equally important. Don't forget to pay attention to this aspect of trading. I assure you, most of your losses happen here. Working on yourself, you'll prevent more losses than chasing other people's strategies and settings. 3 seconds to closing the trade, and here's a record result of my trading. $11,117. That's the total profit of this trading session. Now, let's move on to withdrawing the funds to my wallet. Friends, let's proceed to withdraw the money we earned today. I usually withdraw in crypto to my wallet. The most convenient format, in my opinion, is USDT. It's the American dollar equivalent, but in crypto format. USDT trades against other currencies at the US dollar rate and has the same high liquidity. So, USDT can always be exchanged in any country, either for cash or transferred for a bank card, and from the exchange or through P2P. But an important recommendation: withdraw no more than 10,000 at a time. Make it several transactions, but amounts over this limit undergo additional checks, which delays the crediting of funds to the wallet. So let's withdraw $9,000. A good sum, considering we started with one. I'm withdrawing to my regular wallet, so I won't need to enter a PIN code. But you'll need to enter it the first time the PIN code is sent to your email. Alright, friends, the money is sent. On the trading balance there is 2,118 left, which I'll continue to trade with, and we'll wait until the money is credited to the wallet. Well, friends, the transaction is complete. 9,000 has been deducted from the trading account and the transaction is marked as completed. The total time for crediting was about 20 minutes. Quick and without extra fees. That concludes the withdrawal. Let's summarize. Friends, that was an insane boost. I managed to turn $1 to 11,000. Want to do the same? Follow my Telegram channel and join the marathon. Like the video if it was helpful. Hit the bell if you don't want to miss my new videos. Subscribe to the channel and we'll see each other regularly. That's all for today. I need to process what happened today. Until next time, bye everyone.